Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. And this video is all aimed at the London Marathon. So if you are running, or even if you're running maybe another marathon in the autumn, then these are a few tips that I'm going to drop in this video. This morning I got the clear bag delivered from London Marathon. With this year's change with protocol, you have to drop off your finish line bag at the Expo. In that bag are the items that you would like to have at the finish line. So you take it to the running show with all the stuff inside. They will put inside that running bag your medal, finisher's t-shirt, a bottle of Lucozade and a bottle of water, and then you'll collect that once you pass the finish line. So no bag drop this year, so this is a new method just to make sure it's COVID secure. So I'm going to show you what I'm packing inside my bag. From there I'm going to give you a few tips, so stay along until the end of the video. If it's your first time, or even if you're a seasoned pro, just a few things to look out for the London Marathon: how to have a good race, how to pace it well, and obviously how to execute. Really good experience, so you can come away with not only loving the race but also a PB hopefully, and something to tell the family and friends. Stay tuned. Okay, so first up, you've got the clear bag. Stick your sticker on the front, and what I've packed for Sunday are probably the essentials, depending on the weather actually, what I'd like to actually have there on the day. So first things first, I've packed a spare pair of shoes, just a comfortable pair that I would like to wear afterwards. A spare pair of socks because it's looking likely it's going to be a wet day. I've also packed a hat so that I can actually loosen my hair and sort of let my hair down. I've got a long sleeve top, just a white top, and I've also got a pair of bottoms just in case it is a little bit chilly, just to keep myself warm. I've also packed a towel just to dry myself off, and a sort of very much a lightweight jacket which I may or may not wear just in case the weather is pretty windy or pretty wet. It just gives me an option just to put stuff in there, my phone, keys, etc. And also my camera, just so I can got pockets in there as well. So in terms of food, it's pretty difficult sometimes to stomach food, but I know after a long run or a hard session, one of these works. Science and Sport have not told me to put this in there, so don't worry, it's not a promotional post or anything like that, but I like these are pretty good, and it also means I'm getting some energy straight away. And within the finish line, what I am definitely going to take is I'm going to pack this shaker, and I'm going to pack a sachet of this Rego it's Rego powder, which I'll mix with some water, which will be in the bag. So this is just 50 grams of chocolate powder. It's basically like a milkshake, and it means that I'm starting the recovery process straight away. So that is what's in my bag.
I'll give you some little pointers in just a second. So fueling plan is a really important thing.
Was the Expo visit today. I was in and out, but main thing I'd say was the talk on the stage about sort of my running journey and some tips. So wanting to share those tips with you in terms of 5 top tips that I have for you to sort of run your best London Marathon. Tip number 1 is to not try anything new on race day. It's a tried and tested comment. Everyone says it, and it reigns true, especially with the London Marathon or any marathon in fact that you are doing. All your kit should be tried and tested. You should have worn it in training, you should have worn it on a long run. Make sure it's washed, make sure it's all prepped, make sure you've got everything laid out the day before, even a couple of days before if you like to get it done nice and early, so you know exactly what to wear. Tip number 2, to get to the race start and sort of the village area nice and early, and with that in mind also don't go off too fast. The tendency is to go off too fast. Remember, it's your own race, it's your own journey, it's your own time. The chip on your chest or on your foot is your own time. Just be wary of other people and just ignore them. Just ignore them, find your own inner peace, find your own race strategy. If you need to know the timings, write the timings down on your hand, write them with a pen, a ballpoint pen, or even make a pace band, which you can probably download off the internet, so you know that when you are passing each 5, 10, 15k marker, that it is your time and not the elapsed time that is on the actual clock itself. Tip number 3 is make sure you've Vaselined up in any sensitive areas, any sort of plasters, etc. The guys, you know what I'm talking about, and for the ladies too. Make sure you've covered up to stop any chafing, because it's very uncomfortable at the end of the race. Even when you're going to try and have a shower once you've got back home, it is just very uncomfortable. You don't want that. And if you're in doubt, Vaseline. I tend to get it in under my armpits or even in my armpit, and obviously between my legs as well, when the shorts tend to get pretty wet and soaked. It just causes a little bit of friction. I always tape up my nipples with some plasters, which always seem to do the trick. So that is tip number 3. Tip number 4 is to get good sleep, good hydration, good food. Start carbo loading a couple of days before the race. Just an increase of carbohydrates as your intensity has dropped, your volume has dropped. It will give your body an opportunity to store some extra glycogen that you'll need on the race day. And make sure you get good sleep. Friday night is probably your best opportunity to sleep, because I very rarely sleep pretty well the day before, just because I'm so excited and also pretty nervous as well. Try and nail those things. Go to bed at the same time, wake up at the same time. Do your shakeout on the Saturday morning if you do a shakeout at the same time of the race, just to give your legs a nice loosener. If you don't, have the lie in. And tip number 5, final tip, is when the going gets tough on race day, remember why you're running. There are many highs and lows during a marathon, which I've always found, and during those low moments it's very easy to ride the highs because you're feeling good, you're feeling great, feel light on your feet. But during those low moments is to ask yourself, why are you actually doing this? And my biggest reason for why I do it is because I actually love running. I simply just love running. I love pushing myself and being able to sort of see what my best looks like and what my best ability looks like, depending on the day, whether you have a good day or a bad day, and to commit to giving your best effort. And for me, that means the love for the training, the love for the racing brings that out for me. So whether it's for a loved one, whether it's for people who are not here anymore, whether it's for someone who's supporting you, or even in the crowd, or even at home, find your reason why you're running, the hunger that you might have for a particular goal, for a particular journey that you've been on, and just hone in on that feeling. Don't use it too much, because obviously it can make you quite emotional, but there are moments in the race when you need it to pick yourself up. And another thing is to use the crowd. My bonus tip is to use the crowd, so print your name on your vest or your t-shirt or your sports bra, whichever you're wearing, and just use the crowd, G them up, try and conserve as much energy as possible. Use the crowd along the course, especially the London Marathon. The course itself is pretty quick along the first 5 and 10k. You've got the Cutty Sark coming pretty quickly, and then you've got the Tower Bridge, so you want to use that energy as much as possible. And then you're in the grinding section of the race itself, from around Canary Wharf and then back into sort of when you're going from east to west. You need to use the crowd as much as possible, because it is going to be very, very loud along the embankment. And then you've got that final stretch for the Mall as well, which you're going to basically soak up and finish in front of the Queen on one of the best finish lines in the world. So those are just a few tips of mine. I really hope that you have a really brilliant race. If you are running this weekend, drop a comment down below, or if you're running Manchester next weekend, because I know there are a lot of people following who are running Manchester, you can use these tips as well for Manchester. Really hope they help. Numbers all picked up. I'm ready to sort of rest and relax for the next couple of days. Best of luck if you are running, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace out.